Mm, 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 mm. I'm so goofy. But hello, YouTube. So I'm going to make my first video today. Well, you're watching it. So you'll be watching my first video for Queens Talk. So hello, Queens. Hello. But as you guys know, my first video was going to be like, I guess, like a question and answer, and I did the question and answer on my Instagram. If you don't follow me, I'm gonna put my name right here. It is xx.jnicole.xx, but follow me up there. And basically I just asked my followers, and I think I did some on Snapchat too, so I'm gonna drop my Snapchat. It's gonna be right here, and it is boy_boo. But I just asked them, like, just drop some questions for me to put on my YouTube, because as you guys know, I did create my YouTube channel based off of my book, which I'm currently writing, almost getting done with. So I have a couple of questions that some people gave me, so if I look down, it's just because I'm looking at my computer. But before I do that, I'm just going to give you guys like a little, I guess, like it's going to be like a Q&A plus like an intro to like who I am. So if you don't know, my name is Denise Perez. I am from Norfolk, Virginia. I'm a current student at Virginia Union University. VUU. But I'm an incoming sophomore, I guess you could say, because, you know, I finished my freshman year. I'm 18. I guess you can say I'm like an inspiring like blogger or something. But like I just like to write and like talk. Like that's one of my biggest things. A lot of people, when I tell them my major, because I'm a psych major, they'd be like, why are you not a mass comm major? Because like I'm very loud and like outgoing and energetic. Like you could probably see me, you know, hello, my name is Denise Perez. The weather for today is like, for real, because I'm very, you know, like out there. But I'm a psych major. I like talking to people, you know, getting to know people, counseling them. That's just stuff I'm into. So it's a little about me. So I'm just gonna do the questions, you know, and answer them. So the first question was, what are your 3 biggest fears? My 3 biggest fears are losing another brother, failing at life, and probably not getting married and having kids. Cause like sometimes I just sit down and I'd be like playing in my head like how I would want my husband and kids to be, but you know, I don't know. Like sometimes I just be like, oh, everybody out here is not for me. So yeah, but those are my 3 biggest fears: losing another brother, not making it in life, and not having the husband and kids that I would want to have. The second question is, if you could go back in the past and change one thing, what would you change? I think if I could change something, it'll probably be how my like high school years were. Because if you don't know a lot about me, I'm kind of like one of those people who had like a bad story and made it into something good. Because I'm from Norfolk, so yeah, I went through some things. I kind of was like an alternative school. I only had like 2 normal high school years. You know, now I'm a college student, you know, at VUU, you know. Got my orgs, you know, I'm part of organizations, I'm doing big things. So it's kind of like, you know, if I could change one thing, it'll probably be like regular high school years, so I could like experience everything that everybody else got to experience, because some things I didn't get to experience because I was in a different alternative setting. The third question was, do you think that mental illness is a problem in the Black community? Personally for me, I think it is, because connecting it to like, you know, like what I want to do in my major, for me it is, because I feel like a lot of people in our community, they just, instead of like going to somebody and talking, they just rather keep it in. That's one thing in our community that I'll say that we do lack, is like having, like just sitting down, like, and just talking and saying how you feel. A lot of people feel like if you talk or say it's a sign of weakness. And sometimes all you really have to do is just sit down and talk about it and you'll be fine. But in our community, we really don't empower people to do that. Like, it's kind of like, you know, why am I going to go waste my money to talk to somebody when you can just talk to your auntie Titi? Like, That's how people really look at it. So I feel like if we put more of an awareness and, you know, like let people know, like, it's good to talk to somebody, you know, who doesn't have the same, you know, like who is not close to you in life or doesn't have the same thing, so they can see it from their view and, you know, give you advice or stuff like that. The next question is, what inspired you to do YouTube? What inspired me? Okay, so, you know, when I was like in like 9th grade or whatever, and YouTube was like becoming big with like, you know, like the couples and the challenges or whatever, I wanted to do it, but then I was kind of like, that's not for me. But the reason why I think I wanted to do it now is because, one, I'm older, and two, I feel like my channel is going to be different than everybody else's, because it's going to be more of like where you can just come watch and have a time to like have like a girl conversation, but you get what I'm saying, like girl stuff. It's not going to be like, oh, challenges, or like, you know, oh, like it's going to be more of like just coming to talk about girl stuff, like seeing it from a different perspective, you know, like stuff that we have to talk about, men, stuff about, you know, like our bodies, confidence, stuff like that. It's just something different instead of watching, you know, stupid. I'm not saying they're stupid, but I mean, to me, they're kind of, you know, just like kind of like kiddish or whatever in a way. But, you know, I'm not going to knock nobody hustle. If that's how you get your money, that's how you get it. But for me, it's kind of more of like, you know, of stuff that I would want to do and based on my book. It's really based off my book. That's why it's called Queen's Talk, because my book is called All About a Queen. And it's just basically saying stuff like, you know, different chapters. Like a chapter could be about men, a chapter could be about confidence, and we're just talking about it regardless of a woman and how you feel about it. So I think that's what inspired me to do it, to create like a different, I guess, a different network for YouTube, instead of like, you know, like challenges or the couples or this and that, you know. I'm not really into that stuff. So why are you writing a book? I am writing a book because I want to, no, let me stop. No, I'm writing a book because I actually want to put like, okay, rewind that. Okay, so the reason why I'm writing a book is because I've been wanting to write a book. Like, at first, my book was gonna, like, my first book was gonna be like a life story about me. Like, okay, so I'm into like reading urban books. I don't know, I guess that's the correct way to say it. Urban books, but some people call it exotic books too. Basically they're like black writers. How do I say this? Okay, they're African American writers, and you know, it could be women or men or whatever, and they just write like urban books, like stuff that could happen like in the real life type thing. So like, for instance, I was gonna write one, but it was gonna be based on my life story, and I was gonna like do like 1, part 2, part 3, like it was gonna be like that. But I was just gonna change like some of the names up, like I was gonna do that. But then when I got to school and I kind of went, not gonna say I went through some things, but I kind of matured in a way, and then started like branding myself and started doing stuff that, you know, that I actually liked. It kind of made me think, well, maybe I could do a book about this and put it out there, because, you know, some people don't like to talk about it, so maybe they could just have a book to read off of instead of, you know, talking about it. So that's the reason why I was writing my book. And the last question that I have is, who are you dating? Nobody. My life is pretty boring, guys. Like, if you ask my old roommates, I really just wake up, take a shower, you know, don't even get breakfast sometimes, go to class, then during like lunchtime or like, you know, 12-ish, 1-ish, I have meetings, don't go eat, barely make it to the caf sometimes, go to classes, and I have other meetings, and like, you know, after school hours, I should say. I had like, were they meetings? More like, yeah, I guess like to meet up with my, or we have, you know, like we have a meeting or whatever. Then, you know, I don't really have time for boys. You know, they're not really my cup of tea right now, because, you know, I have too much going on for them sometimes. But I hope you guys enjoyed my first video, and I hope you like and subscribe, and I'll keep you guys posted. And I believe that my next video that I would like to do is gonna be more like I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post like a poll on my IG, and I'm gonna be like which topic I should talk about, and then I'm just gonna get up here and talk about it. And you know, once I post it, you guys can feel free to comment, say how you feel. We can have discussions. That's what I kind of want to do, you know, with my YouTube. So yeah, thank you for watching.